Prime Minister Modi is in the financial capital of the country to inaugurate a series of developmental projects. The projects are estimated to be around rupees 29,400 crores and are aimed at transforming the city's infrastructure in order to facilitate the way Mumbai travels, works and lives. The Prime Minister is unveiling the Thane-Borivali Tunnel project, which is a twin-tube tunnel stretching across 11.8 kilometers. The project is valued at an astonishing rupees 16,600 crores and aims at reducing travel time between Thane and Borivali by a significant 12 kilometers, saving commuters an entire hour of commute. Additionally, Prime Minister Modi is also launching the Goregaon-Mulund Link Road project. This is a 6.65 kilometer road connecting the Western Expressway Highway at the Goregaon to the Eastern Express Highway at Mulund. It is worth a staggering rupees 6,300 crores. The Prime Minister is also initiating projects like the Kalyan Yard remodeling and Gati Shakti multi-modal cargo terminal, which will segregate long-distance and suburban rail traffic and will reduce congestion. The Gati Shakti terminal, spanning over 32,600 square meters, will also provide a boost to local employment. But this is not all. The Prime Minister is also unveiling new platforms at Lokmanya Tilak terminus and launching the extension of platforms number 10 and 11 at Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaja terminus station. These will accommodate longer trains, increase passenger capacity and improve operational efficiency as well. Last but not the least, amongst the many projects, the Prime Minister is launching a key scheme that provides opportunities for skill enhancement and industry exposure. The Mukhya Mantri Yuva Karya Parikshan Yojana is an internship program aimed at addressing youth unemployment. With an outlay of around 5,600 crore rupees, it will benefit youth aged between 18 and 30. The PM's visit to the financial capital is likely to send into swing big developmental projects in the city and is expected to streamline the lives of Mumbaikars with the hope of making their experience seamless. We'll talk about this for the next half an hour. Dr. Sharad Kohli, senior economist, joins us on the show. M.Y. Siddiqui, former spokesperson, Ministry of Railways, also with us on the platform. Himanshu Bhatt, senior journalist, joins us on the show as well. T.S. Ramakrishnan, railway safety expert, also joins us on the show. Dr. Kohli, thank you for joining us. Well, the Prime Minister has had his day full, his hands full, and it seems he's trying to take full advantage of the fact that Mumbai and, of course, the infrastructure in and around Mumbai, the maximum city, is in need of an overhaul. What do you make of this Vikas push? What do you make of the amount of approximately around 29,000 crores in a city like Mumbai, which we see gets ravaged and basically bullied into infrastructural collapse whenever the monsoon sets in?
Good evening, Vineet. Good evening to my fellow panelists and the NewsX viewers, of course. There's no stopping as far as the India growth story is concerned. There's no stopping the Prime Minister. He was doing this in Modi 1.2, 2.0, and now in 3.2. So it's just, the work carries on. It's work in progress, and he just carries on. There's no stopping. There's no looking back. Absolutely. And as far as Mumbai is concerned, you're right. The city crumbles in a situation when monsoon is there. The city crumbles when there's a traffic jam. I have traveled between Thane and Borivali. I mean, I have spent hours and hours on roads. I have traveled between Mulund and Goregaon many times. And it's been a pain. And I used to wonder at that time, I wish there was another way to reach. And I'm so glad this is happening for people who are in Mumbai. Now, you see, the economic effect of this, Vineet, is that infrastructure push, or when you undertake road development. Now, for example, this tunnel between Thane and Borivali, every single rupee spent on infrastructure has got a multiplier effect. As an economist, my analysis says it's got minimum of 8 times multiplier effect. So if you spend 16,600 crores on Thane Borivali, you can multiply this by 8. And how, if somebody is wondering, how does this give you 8 times? It is going to save fuel. It is going to save people's time. It is going to save the movement of transport, the goods. And if you add this together, plus there's going to be new development coming up, people who avoid Thane Borivali for that reason, or look for alternate routes, I think they are not going to stop. So it will result in overall development of both Thane and Borivali for that matter. And we know how congested South Mumbai is. That is why people are diverting to these suburbs. So development of these suburbs means you are decongesting the main town also, the downtown, and at the same time you are developing these areas into next level cities in themselves. But I am most fascinated, if you ask me, Vineet. We are happily so used to seeing these infrastructure projects being inaugurated, whether it is the Chhatrapati Shivaji terminus, whether it is the multimodal transport. Or for me, the most exciting is the one you said at the end, because I have been a big advocate of skill development. And this Mukhya Mantri Yuva Karya Prashikshan Yojana, I am very impressed with this, and 5,600 crores of internship programs, because there are dozens and dozens. By the way, all these projects are going to generate employment. Only the one which is known as the last is specifically named for employment, but every single one of these projects is going to generate employment without a doubt, because skill development in this country is a dire need. We have universities here. I call them degree manufacturing factories, especially those churning out this BA and BCom and BSc programs, because after 15 to 18 years of study, you ask a student, ab aage kya karna hai? And the way it happens in US is you're out of the college and you're out for a job. They train you for working. I think these skill development programs will bridge the gap between the companies, the employers who are looking for trained manpower, and between the academics. So this will bridge the gap. I think this is an extremely useful program. And I think in the forthcoming budget, Vineet, you are going to see more impetus on the skill development, because skill development there are so many companies that I know, Vineet, who have got jobs, but they are not able to find people who can probably work and take those jobs. So on one hand, when we complained of unemployment, on the other hand, we are found wanting on skill development. So overall, I think great news for Mumbaikars. And there is one more aspect, Vineet, which I would like to hear. I would like to speak, because people look at freebies, especially when the elections are around the corner. And we all know Maharashtra would be heading for elections in some time. People look for freebies, those free bus rides, 1,000, 2,000 rupees reaching your bank accounts every month for women. I'm not against that. If something is helping poor people, helping the janta, no harm. But I think the electorate, the people of the country, should look at these kind of spendings by the government with a microscope, that these spendings will help generations. A bus ride will help you in a bus ride. Maybe it saves you 1,000, 1,500 rupees. But these tunnels, these roads, these terminals, these kind of developments are going to not just help you, but the generations to come. So I think we also, at the same time, Vineet, I have a very important point to make. I would personally like to be involved in educating the electorate that if you're given 2,000 rupees in your bank every month, or we are making a tunnel for you connecting from here, let's say people of Thane and Borivali, what will you choose? 90% of the people will say, we will choose 2,000 rupees in our bank account. Now, I think an education program has to run, our government should take this initiative, and I would very strongly support this, that, when you are doing projects like these, you are preparing the next generation. You are not only helping this generation, you are preparing the next generation. And if you add up the fuel and the time you save, it will be far more than the 2,000 rupees or 1,000 rupees, which is going into your bank account. So I think people of the country, because I'm very sure about the fact, Vineet, you would agree, and my fellow panelists, that most of the electorate, people who go to vote, they do not understand between a long-term benefit given to them and a short-term. They look for those short-term benefits, a little bit of money coming here, you enjoy a free bus ride, you get 200 units free here and there. But they are not able to visualize a long-term benefit which comes their way. It is only when you drive through this tunnel, you see, wow, Modi ji ne kaam bahut badhiya kiya hai, and then you forget about it. So I think the difference between a short-term benefit coming to the voter and a long-term has to be brought on the plate to the voters in an educative manner. I would very strongly like to, in fact, I would urge NewsX to run a campaign on its channel to tell the electorate that, look, what is good for you? This is, and I can evaluate, we can give numbers to support that how much is this benefit and how much is that benefit. You can put it on a scale and see what is going to benefit. So no stopping the Prime Minister, no stopping country's growth story. More than 100 lakh crores spent on the national infrastructure pipeline so far. And with Gati Shakti being there, with the ministries standing coordinated with each other, the clearances are easier. The double engine government is there. things run very fast, and I think people of Maharashtra, people of Mumbai can only thank Prime Minister and of course the Chief Minister of Maharashtra, because some of the schemes have been sponsored by state, also supported by the center, and vice versa. I think they can only thank that people, their own children, are going to love, enjoy, besides the fact that these schemes are going to lead to a very sharp economic development of Maharashtra and country overall.
Absolutely. Great points there, Dr. Kohli. Mr. Siddiqui, former spokesperson, Ministry of Railways, also with us on the show. Mr. Siddiqui, I hope you can hear me, sir. Mr. Siddiqui? Okay, perhaps not. Mr. Himanshu Bhatt, senior journalist, also with us on the program. Mr. Bhatt, how important is it?
As far as the
Sorry, Mr. Himanshu Bhatt, how important is this facelift for the city of Mumbai, and how important, is this decision by the government to actually, perk up this particular part of the country, keeping in mind that if 2047 is the goal for 2047 of Viksit Bharat, then we obviously do not have time when it comes to the pace of development that India has seen, say for that matter, in the last 10 years.
Yes. I'll tell you, I'll give you a concrete example of my own family itself. My father, we lived in Borivali at a time. And my father used to go to Badlapur. Borivali is on the western suburban railway and Badlapur is on the central western. Now, when my father used to work there, what used to happen is, for his 8-hour job, he used to spend 3 hours for going and 3 hours for coming back. Now, that was a 14-hour job for a Mumbai car. Now, that was the situation, and that is the type of congestion that you are looking at. So, when you talk of connectivity between Central Railway and the Western Railway, the suburbs we are talking about, because we are talking about Goregaon and Mulund, we are talking about Borivali and Thane. These are all basically the suburban parts of Mumbai, of the two basic Western and Central Railway lines. You have to understand, a Mumbaiker understands it this way. And in that, if it goes under the Sanjay Gandhi Udyan, 12-kilometer tunnel will save you more than 1 hour. They are conservatively saying 1 hour. It will save you more than 1 hour and about 10 to 15 minutes time. And I'll tell you something. Time saved is money and a manpower saved. It's something like this, a man could work for 10 hours. But if he's going to spend 6 hours in travel, he will not be able to work for more than 6 hours. Now that's the difference. And that's where the Gati Shakti project comes in. Because two things, logistic part, they are talking of one logistic part here. They are talking of connectivity and making life easier. Now, Sharad Kohli ji said quite a few things, with these two things, but that will not happen in Indian democracy. Because two memes of political parties will go on. What will happen is, this 29,900 crore project will also be slowed down, which we have seen. Maharashtra government doing that. When it was a non-NDA government in Maharashtra, we saw that. And because of that, Ahmedabad-Mumbai expressway work was not completed. We know that. And this will happen if the other side comes to power. Because that political tutu memes will go on. But keeping that aside, if we are having a goal of reaching a 5 trillion economy 2030 at least, we need to have that rapid economic growth, and that the political objections should not come in the way. That is what is my feeling. And you yourself said 2047 Viksit Bharat. How are we going to make a Viksit Bharat if we do not have the network or the connectivity? We do not have the network in a metropolitan city like Mumbai, or for that matter Delhi or Chennai or Bangalore, somewhere, to the class of comparable to London, let's say. Let's not talk of London, Singapore, all those big cities, at least a part of it. Because we house twice the number of people that they house. You have to understand that constraint too. And when you talk of all these things, I look at this connectivity projects and this, logistical projects, infrastructural logistics, infrastructure and connectivity. These are the need of the nation, irrespective of political lineage. And that must take place. If, our politicians have some sense of responsibility, They must do that. And that is what I feel. What is happening here is in Maharashtra and especially in Mumbai, a Mumbaikar is at times frustrated because every time the monsoon comes, it turns into a talab. And you see the road, it's so badly done. Whether it is NDA, whether it is UPA, whatever it is. Every year this is happening. And because, everybody says, but that is Mumbai. And they keep on going because that city never sleeps. At least 2 hours from midnight 2 to 4, there is a bit of lull in that city. Apart from that, from 4 o'clock in the morning itself, the suburban train starts and the people start running around. In that scenario, when you are talking in terms of people of 1.75 to 2 crore, when you want to commute them and commute them comfortably at a reasonable cost, you have to take up these infrastructure projects, whether you like it or not, because other party did it, I will not run it. Now that is what has been the mental intention. And this is happening, people will say, it's because the Maharashtra Vidhan Sabha elections are coming. This all projects are being, inaugurated. It will never get completed. Other government comes, it will never get completed in 5 years.
Okay.
That will also happen. See, that is the basic problem. The root cause here, I look at it that way. The bureaucracy at times works, but the political class doesn't want them to work.
Understood.
And that is very true as far as a state like Maharashtra is concerned. Because we have seen that with our eyes. We grew up with that. Living in Mumbai while growing up has given us all these lessons. And that is why I always say, connectivity project is #1 priority as far as Mumbaikar is concerned.
Absolutely. And Mr. Ramakrishnan, looking at the Philippe and the boost and the intention of the government, to figure out ways to improve the connectivity in Maharashtra and Mumbai, how important of a plank do you consider these investments to be?
Yeah, it's actually, Mumbai is a maximum city in the sense the traffic is maximum and people struggle a lot to travel. Commute every day. We all know that, and Mr. Bhatt also told about how his father used to commute, spend 4 to 6 hours of everyday time on commuting. So it's a very painful thing. And if you look at the map of these two, connectivities, for example, Thane, Borivali, and as well as that another one, Mulund, and the other one. So you can see that they are coming, under the Sanjay Gandhi National Park, and that is going to cut short the travel time substantially by having a tunnel. So it doesn't affect the environmental ecological dimensions of the national park, because we are not constructing by cutting through the park, but we are not disturbing the ecology completely, because we are going through the under the tunnel, and so certainly it is going to be a win-win situation for both the conservation as well as for people. So that is these are the two critical projects. And then if you look at the Kalyan project, because almost all the trains that are running from northern India to the southern India via Mumbai doesn't enter into the Mumbai, but it comes to the Kalyan station, and then from there actually it gets, whether it is freight train or passenger trains. So you require additional yachts to segregate the traffic which are going towards the south, towards the other places. South means not just to Karnataka alone. It is some of them are going to Odisha, some of them are going to Andhra Pradesh, some of them are going to Kerala. So we need to segregate that, and the Kalyan is a very critical station which has so much load already to carry. So now creating a separate yard for segregating the traffic, rail traffic, that is coming to the Mumbai. It's a very, very much needed. So these all are, essentially aimed at relieving the congestion at many critical points. So the very aim of the Gati Shakti program is to relieve congestion, not only for freight traffic, but also for passenger traffic, so that people and goods move comfortably all across India. So that is the aim of this project, and this is a program, this Gati Shakti program will continue to happen for another 10-15 years. I hope irrespective of the governments, once government has initiated this project, even if some other government comes, I think it is supposed to execute the program and the projects with all the sincerity. Although we have seen some reverses or slowdown in the projects. For example, to take Mumbai Ahmedabad bullet train project, the earlier coalition government, which was against Modi to government, did not cooperate enough for that, and that is why it got delayed, especially with reference to land acquisition and all. So, and shifting of utilities and all, and that is why because of that only it got delayed. But my sense is that that should not happen, and it is not right on the part of any political party. Even I have written an article on that, saying that Shiv Sena should not, government should not delay the project of Ahmedabad Mumbai bullet train project, because it's not just going to connect only to Mumbai. So once Mumbai is connected, the next stretch is going to be the Mumbai to Pune and Mumbai to Nagpur. So the imagination that it is only helping Gujarat and then it is not helping Maharashtra is wrong. Because once you get a connectivity, you get additional connectivities. Contiguous corridors will be developed. What is a contiguous corridor from Mumbai? One corridor is Mumbai-Pune. Another corridor is Mumbai-Nagpur. So now people can travel towards these, two directions. And now the next set of HSR corridors that will be identified will be this. So it is better for the governments and the political parties to realize that these projects are national projects. These projects are for promotion of growth and prosperity, and it is going to relieve the people's stress so much. And we are supposed to, the political parties are supposed to help the people by encouraging these projects. Without trying to.
Okay, let me also open Mr.
Siddiqui
Siddiqui now. Mr. Siddiqui is also with us on the broadcast. Mr. Siddiqui, sir, I hope you can hear me now. And let me also, in fact, apprise our viewers that those are live visuals coming in of the Prime Minister with Maharashtra Chief Minister Eknath Shinde, Mr. Devendra Fadnavis also in the frame there, and of course the scores of people who are there to catch a glimpse of their favorite leader. Mr. Siddiqui, I hope you can hear me, sir.
Yes, yes.
So, you've been listening to the reactions coming in from the rest of our panelists, and the Gati Shakti project, and of course how the Prime Minister has been always ambitious about that last mile connectivity and that big mile connectivity as well. In the light and the prism of what you have heard in the last 20 minutes, what do you make of these projects and how important are they, and what juncture do you find their relevance in contrast to what happened 10 years ago?
During the last 10 years, Prime Minister has accelerated the pace of infrastructural development, and infrastructure has been his government's USP, because this Gati Shakti is a comprehensive a scheme which includes railways, and railways is three-pronged acceleration, connectivity as far as passenger is concerned, faster movement of mineral products and finished goods, and port connectivity. So all these three will be connectivity will be faster, safer, and cost-effective. That is the main objective. Yes.
All right, so thank you for that. So, Dr. Kohli, of course, Mumbai is one part of this entire push. It's perhaps a small part of this nudge. We're looking to have similar state-of-the-art and world-class facilities and infrastructural pushes in the rest of the country as well. What should be the modus operandi for that kind of initiation by this government?
I think if you're looking at 2047 with India as a developed country, we will have to go for, Vineet, you're right, we'll have to go for all-round development. We cannot simply focus on some of the cities. Of course, Mumbai badly needed it, Mumbai being the commercial, the financial capital also, and the city was bursting at seams. So obviously it was a need of the hour. But then I think if you look at a typically developed country, then it's very rare to see that a particular region in the country has been left undeveloped. So that's one of the characteristics of developed country, that you are developed across. So I think a similar kind of development through multimodal transports, through connectivity, through roads, newer rail tracks, Vande Bharat. These things have to reach the remotest part of the country. We cannot only focus on Mumbai, Delhi, Bengaluru, Chennai, these 4 or 5 metros, because the tier 2 and tier 3 cities. And then after tier 2, tier 3 cities, we should look at the rural areas. Rural areas in the country, they badly need infrastructure. When I say infrastructure, they need hospitals, they need agricultural infrastructure, the warehouses, the cold storages. The roads are still to be done, although lot of work has been done on roads over the last 10 years. But there is still a lot remaining because the road network is so vast, and the number of villages in the country are so many, and to reach them can be a struggle at times. So I think a balanced overall development of the country has to be there. Of course, you can focus on certain areas where most of the population lives, but the very reason why the population lives is because where they come from or they migrate, they do not have the infrastructure there. If we have people come from UP and Bihar to all across the country, they are in Delhi, they are in Mumbai, they are everywhere. It is because their hometowns, their villages, their places of origin do not have those facilities. They don't have proper hospitals, they don't have proper educational institutions. So I think an all-round development is required for the country to really move forward to 2047. So the journey to 2047, Vineet, I feel, would be quicker. Although the country's resources are limited, you cannot every day put 30,000 crores across, we have to look at our fiscal deficit. We have to look at the country's balance sheet also. We have to look at the revenue flow. But the fact of the matter is that this particular benefit has to reach every part of the country. You hit the nail on the head. I was about to say the same thing, that Mumbai is a big beneficiary. Delhi, a lot of work has been done. Bengaluru has a lot of infrastructure now. So does Chennai and a few other cities. But what happens to tier 2, tier 3 cities where some of the work has been done, but there's a lot to be done yet. So I think in the forthcoming budget, you might see, but then at the same time, it is also the responsibility of the state government. With the political bitterness has to be thrown out of the window. You have to look at this as one nation. You can't look at your state as being part of another country. Unfortunately, lot of the political fraternity in the states, they feel that they are part of another country. They are not part of the country. They feel that we will run our state in our own way. The fact of the matter is that this has to be integrated with country's development. So I think it is equally the responsibility of state governments, and wherever there is a non-NDA ruled state, I think they have to take cognizance of this fact that how much is their state. Only yesterday I was talking to somebody where Karnataka government, funds have been misappropriated from the SC/ST to the 5 guarantees which the Congress gave. So, these kind of things will deprive the state of development, and at the end of the day, it will hurt the people of that state. So an all-round development backed by the states is the need of the hour, Vineet.
Valid points there, Mr. Kohli. And of course, that also brings us to the end of this conversation. Appreciate everyone who joined and spoke their hearts out.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.